Hi, I'm Melanie from Nova Scotia, Canada, and this is Adventures in Groceryland. We are two people regularly spending approximately $60 a week on groceries, and that's what we spent this week. However, we are in preparation mode for the holidays. You can see my little tree there behind me. We are getting ready. So I have started spending some of the points that I have accumulated all year long to spend towards items that we want for the holidays. We want appetizers for Christmas Eve and other social gathering for finger foods. We want charcuterie style items, crackers. We want cheese for dips and all other kinds of things that are just extra good with cheese. We want chocolate chips because we are going to be making some treats. There are all kinds of things that I need to get. I have been sharing my list each week so far. So this is week 3 of our holiday prep, and I was able to tick off several items again this week. I'm really excited to share that with you. We had a great week, and check out what we were able to get. Using up a few things for lunch today. I'm using the last of our 2 slider buns from last week. 1 English muffin. This is the last of the pepperoni that we unthawed last week. Mushrooms, making a couple little tiny little pizzas for lunch today. These look awfully tasty. Yum! We have started shredding the leftover pork chops from last night. We're repurposing them tonight into pulled pork, so we need to add some barbecue sauce, and we are going to have that for supper. To go with the pulled pork tonight, we dug around to find something fast, a fast side to go with it, and we found this pastoroni. So this is going to go with the pulled pork. The handsome one has been extremely resistant of removing this random jar that has no beets in it from the fridge. I asked him why he's keeping that in there, and he said he's using the juice. I'm not sure what he's using the juice for. He just asked me if we had any more beets. We definitely do. This is a full jar of beets he just took from the pantry, and we're going to get rid of this. We don't need beet juice in the fridge. This looks delicious. We have pulled pork, pickles, rice, pastoroni, not rice-a-roni, and the leftover cashew salad. Yummy for supper tonight. So far this week, I have spent $39.21 and have redeemed some points and some fast fuel coupons. I shopped at a roadside stand, Sobeys, independent grocer, and Walmart. So first things first, I bought some lobster. Where I live, lobster season is on in certain areas of the province right now, and it feels like Christmas to us when we're decorating and putting the tree up, and we kind of start the season. Ooh, this guy is leaking. And start the season with some lobsters. So we're just gonna clean up this little mess. So when I drove into town today and I saw the stand, and they were advertised for $8.99 a pound, not $8.99 each, $8.99 a pound. I stopped. These 2 lobsters cost $21 even. So that is where the majority of my grocery budget came from. The next biggest price item is not actually on my counter, but you can see here, this is the, oh, you can't see it here, the M&M Food Market flyer. So this is something that we look forward to every year. The Asian Party Pack, 800 grams, lowest price of the year, $12.99. I stopped and I picked up one of these, and it is already at my sister's in the freezer. So because I wanted to buy this and I couldn't redeem points for it, I knew I could redeem points for other items just within my regular grocery budget. So I did. We bought some chicken drumsticks. I'm not going to freeze these. We are actually going to eat these this week. They were $8.25 with $3 off. It brings it down to $5.25. It was 1.252 kg, so this is just over 3 pounds of drumsticks. And as you can see here in this receipt from Sobeys, I redeemed fuel coupons, and I actually got it right down to the penny. I didn't have to spend any cash. Then I also bought some wings, and I am hoping I'm going to be able to work these into the freezer. These were regular $12.22, then marked down to $11.37 because wings were on sale, and then with an additional $3 off. So this package was $8.37. There is about 1 2/3 pounds, so like 1.6 pounds of chicken wings here. Same deal. Here's my receipt, marked down to $8.37, and you'll see, woo, I got 200 bonus points for getting these. Didn't realize that was going to happen until I was at the cash. And I used the fuel coupons, and I got it right down to $0. So those are items, one for the freezer, hopefully one to eat this week, and redeeming the fuel coupons because I was spending some Christmas holiday money at stores where I couldn't make any redemption. Walmart had Boursin cheese on this week for $3.97. And then my last redemption, and it's a redemption as well, was at Independent Grocer. They had eggs on this week for $2.99. And where I bought all of those little markdown sliders last week, we're looking to kind of eat those and clear that space out of the freezer. But we use the buns that I bought with them. And I've never really looked for buns that size before. I've never purchased sliders before. So I was looking, the only ones they had were these pretzel slider buns. These were $4. And I wanted to redeem points. So $2.99, $2.99, and $4 works out to $9.98. You could only redeem in denominations of 10. So I was 2 cents short. So I thought, okay, well, I'll just buy a piece of fruit. I let the handsome one pick out what he wanted. He wanted this pear in particular, and it worked out to $1.25. And so I ended up paying $1.25 for one pear, the buns, and 2 dozen eggs. So I still have over $20. There are some other things that I would like to pick up, but I'm mostly going to leave the budget flexible in case I need fresh vegetables or we want to get some more fruit. The only thing that I can think of that I might like to have in advance is some of that fancy coffee creamer that I got last week that I really like. I'm not totally out of it, but I'm getting low. So, not too shabby. We're going to have lobsters. We got wings, drumsticks, appetizer or hors d'oeuvres for Christmas Eve, and eggs, cheese, and buns, and a pear. There I was able to tick off 2 more items off of my Christmas list. The Oriental Party Pack, and I had half ticked this off the other day. I was looking for 2 Boursin cheeses. I had one, and now I have the other one. 2 different flavors, so that works out great. Well, water boiling. It's ready for my lobsters. Number 1. Number 2, this guy is a little more lively. So we are putting up our tree. We are going to have some lobster, listen to some Christmas music. It is the beginning of our Christmas festivities. Oh, and we put our outside lights out today too. Getting the butter ready. So for anyone who has not been following along forever and forever, I make my own garlic butter for anything like mussels, garlic bread, lobster. So I've got butter. I'm going to add in diced garlic and parsley. Okay, and this is parsley that I dehydrated myself. Make sure we're pretty generous with that. And we're just going to put these in the microwave for maybe 30 seconds. That's probably way too much. Needs a little more, maybe another 10 seconds. And this turned out absolutely perfect. We are going to barbecue up some sliders today for lunch. We're going to have these little pretzel buns. I'm curious about these. It is supposed to get quite a bit of snow tomorrow, so we definitely want to use the barbecue today. Not sure, again, how nice it'll be for a nice barbecuing even in the winter. Here are our little sliders on our pretzel buns. The pretzel buns look really good. These came pre-sliced. Now the ones that I bought last week, the markdown ones that were also made for sliders, those were PC brand. They were not pre-sliced. I actually had to cut those. Just interesting. So this was the first time I ever had King's Hawaiian, any kind of buns, let alone pretzel buns. I was expecting these to be super awesome, and I'm gonna be honest, they were just mediocre. I enjoyed the other ones that I got on clearance much, much more. These ones seemed tough, and then I thought after, was I supposed to cook those or warm them or something? But nope, no instructions, just preferred the other ones. Now I know I probably won't buy these again. Actually, I know I won't buy these again. We are going to make shake and bake or coated chicken drumsticks for supper tonight, and I am going to cook this entire package. Okay, I've got the coating on. I'm excited about this coating. I haven't used it in a really long time. I am going to say maybe last holiday season, it went on sale as a clearance item, and I got the packages really, really cheap. So I'm excited about this. This is gluten-free, flavored like Tex-Mex, everything I love, and going in the oven shortly. We've got potatoes boiling on the stove, so we're just gonna have boiled potatoes. We're also gonna have broccoli and cauliflower mix. I'm gonna steam these, drain the water, and then I'm gonna throw in a cheese slice, so we'll have cheesy broccoli and cauliflower. Baked chicken drumsticks, cauliflower and broccoli with cheese, and boiled potatoes with butter and red garlic. The handsome one and I really enjoy gingerbread over the holidays. This is a regular gingerbread recipe. It's designed for an 8x8 cake pan, and I'm making muffins or cupcakes instead. So I'm gonna get 12, but my recipe is gluten-free. It's a mix. And anytime you make something gluten-free, in case you didn't know, it is always best to let it rest. So you create the batter, put it in the form, whatever you're having, cupcakes, cakes, whatever it happens to be. If it is gluten-free, you let it rest for 20 minutes before you bake it, and it will rise better. I do not know why. I don't know the science of it. I just know that it works. These look pretty good. We'll let them cool and then pop them out of there. We are clearing some more items out of the freezer. We are going to have Crave frozen dinners for lunch today. Handsome one is having steak and eggs with roasted potatoes, and I am going to have double sausage and bacon loaded tots. We don't rely on frozen meals very often, so this is kind of a big treat for both of us. And even though, well, there's probably maybe 5 still left in the freezer, maybe 6, we both chose breakfast meals this morning. We love breakfast any time of the day. We have started to make bread. This is a different recipe that we got out of the recipe book, but one we've never made before. I'm skeptical on some of these ones because of the ingredients needed, but this one took milk, not water. So we have been thoughtfully using up items out of the freezer. I am going to cook this massive roast beef. I'm excited. I'm cooking in the slow cooker today for supper tonight, and definitely going to use some of the drippings and some of the leftovers for a soup. The roast beef is looking really awesome. We added onions, some Montreal steak spice, and water and garlic. We're making candied sweet potatoes as well. Bread looks good. We just took it out. It's super hot. And if you'll notice, oftentimes our bread puffs over top of the the bread canister, and this is just within it, and so this is using milk. Roast beef dinner with squash, peas, carrots, and candied yams. Gravy on the roast beef. This is what I have left over from supper the last 2 nights. So there's leftover chicken, there is leftover roast beef and broth, there's leftover vegetables. We do want to have hot roast beef sandwiches for supper tonight, so I need to leave some of this. But with the rest of the stuff, I'm just going to make some kind of a soup for lunches this week. I found this in the pantry, so we will use this as the base of the soup. There's also leftover potatoes, so I'm going to add those in as well. I added in some barley and some lentils, all the rest of the spinach, and for anybody who is new to following along and thinks that you need to have a recipe for soup, you just don't. I just go through my fridge the majority of the time that I make soup and just take out items that need to get eaten up. Leftovers can go right in there. And then if I wanted to add fresh items in too, I certainly can. I don't have any leftover onions, but I'm definitely going to add an onion into the soup. Just soups can be whatever you have. They're easy and really inexpensive, and in general, pretty healthy for you. The soup looks really good, smells great. Can't wait to try it, but it's really hot right now. We gotta let it cool a bit. We decided to have English muffins with our soup. I'm just having mine toasted with butter, and the handsome one's having his toasted with butter and Hascap jam. I'm here for the Philadelphia cream cheese deal. Kraft has partnered with Sobeys, and even though I don't see any signs here, I'm going to look other places in the store. If you buy 5 of the identified Philadelphia cream cheese products, or any 5 of the identified Kraft products, but cream cheese is one of them, they will, when you scan your Scene card, you will get an instant $10 discount, like using a coupon. Okay, so that's great. The Philly cream cheese is on for $3.99. I don't see the tag on the lactose free. That's what I was really looking for. So we are going to see how that works out. I might do like a 50-50, and we'll see. I'm going to get them to scan it. But the really interesting thing is, so I'm standing up right on the shelf. Check this out. Get $2 off on the purchase of any 2 Philadelphia products. That's crazy. I'm definitely using some of those, 100%. I spent the rest of my budget, $20.41. There's a lot of stuff here for $20.41. I did get a phenomenal buy. So let's get started with Walmart. I bought this brown sugar. They call it cane sugar, Demerara style sugar. It was the only kind left on the shelf. The golden was gone, the brown was gone, but this was on sale for $1.97. I also got the Chippets for $2.99, and these ones are butterscotch. I will need to pick up some more of these on next week's budget. The big thing this week was the Philadelphia cream cheese. I had a couple members or subscribers or viewers reach out to me about a deal for cream cheese at Sobeys. So after the first one, and thank you, Catherine, for that, I went to Sobeys and I couldn't find any information about the deal. There was no signs at the cream cheese. I didn't know or couldn't figure out how it worked. Okay, so that's attempt number 1. Thank you, Susan, for reaching out to me and letting me know exactly how the deal worked. It was a Kraft partnership with Sobeys. So Kraft says if you buy 5 of any of these participating items, and they listed them all off. There was Cheese Whiz, there was peanut butter, there was Kraft Philadelphia cream cheese, there was Maxwell House instant coffee, there was Kraft salad dressing, there was all kinds of stuff. But if you bought 5 of them and scanned your Scene card at the cash, automatically they gave you an instant $10 discount. And by they, I mean Sobeys who partnered with Kraft to make this happen. So I was excited. When I went in, I did find the signage. Interestingly enough, it wasn't at the cream cheese, but I found it at the peanut butter so that I could review it. And I was excited because cream cheese was on sale. So it was to be like a really cheap price, like $1.99. However, the lactose-free cream cheese was not on sale. Boo. It was regular price of $5.29. Then, amazingly, I looked up and there were coupons on the shelf. Buy two of the Philadelphia cream cheese products and save $2. So this is my receipt. You can see that I ended up paying $26.45 for the 5 packages of cream cheese. And then I was able to use 2 of those vendor coupons because you had to buy 2 to save the $2. So I saved $4 there. And then you could see the Kraft bundle there minus $10, which brought down the cost of those 5 packages of cream cheese to $12.45. I'm very happy with that. That is a great buy. Excited. I also shopped at Dollarama. We are getting low on the brown herb gravy, which I like to use in a lot of the gravies that I make. They sell them there, the French's, 2 for $1.50. So I got 4 just to have in my pantry. That was $3. And I got the peppermint mocha silk. So this is an almond creamer for my coffee for $2.99. And this is the thing. I was going to hold off. I was going to get something else. Really, I would have liked to spend that money on more Chippets, but our milk turned. Our milk turned. So I'm out of the silk creamer that I bought last week. Obviously, I'm using that heavy-handedly. Maybe I just need to address myself of how much I'm using. But I didn't really have anything. The milk turned. It's really disappointing. It was Natrel. And the best before date was January the 17th. So incredibly, incredibly disappointing to have that happen. And how did I discover it? I discovered it this morning in my coffee when I poured a big bunch of lumpy, gross floaters. Oh, it was horrible. So anyways, I had to change my plans. I got the silk, and we'll get more Chippets next week. Now we're at budget. We are having the leftover roast beef as hot roast beef sandwiches with home fries and green beans. The handsome one organized this whole meal. I'm very appreciative, and it smells really good. Now all we need is the ketchup. This looks so good. Yay ketchup, salt and pepper. Beef vegetable soup. It's really cold out today, so this is really good. Soup for lunch today. We are going to be on the go for supper tonight. We are making wraps. This is the last of the chicken drumsticks. We stripped the meat from the bones. We shredded some cheese. We are going to have tomatoes, cucumbers, peppers, lettuce. I probably will have no dressing on mine, and the handsome one will probably have mayo. We just need to add the lettuce and then wrap. This one has peppers, cucumber, tomatoes, cheese. This one has all of those things, but no peppers. Here we are, wraps for supper. This looks pretty darn good. Oh, we both ended up just having mustard. So as you can see, we had a fantastic week of meals. We ate out one night. We are in the process of downsizing and moving. So all of this renovations that we have been doing for months and months and months and months, we are in the final stages of that now. And we were in and out Wednesday night, and we ended up eating supper out because we just didn't have time to get everything together. We ate at A&W. Again, it always seems to be A&W. A&W, and they had a special on 2 teen burgers for $8. So we just each had, no, 2 mama burgers. 2 mama burgers for $8, and that's what we had. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, I would absolutely love it if you would do so. Share your thoughts on the grocery prices that you're seeing. Are they similar, comparable to what the grocery prices are in your area? And compare non-sale to non-sale and sale items to sale items. That just keeps it sensible for everybody who else is following along. Share your comments, share the videos, let us know what you think. Have a great weekend, everybody.